Share a little bit about your biggest success story. You gave me a couple of them.
Yeah, there was a long time ago, probably 87 to 88, something in that neighborhood. I was working for Farmers Insurance as an agent, and I sent out some flyers, and I got a call one day from a gentleman who was opening up, a young guy actually, he was like 24 years old, 25 years old, opening up a women's retail clothing store for young women. I think it was between the ages of 18 and 21. And I went out and saw him, told him what he was doing. He was actually opening up in Montclair Plaza, which was a mall down in the San Bernardino County area. And in order to get into that mall, you've got to have some pretty good financials. The mall won't let you in there unless you come up and you've got some money to back you. So I figured it was a pretty good risk. Anyway, we wrote the policy, and within about 3 years, this gentleman had like 80 stores. And he had it from San Diego to San Luis Obispo. And really, really successful. And that went on for quite a few years with him. And then, of course, he had family members that wanted to get into the business. So the same thing with them.
Expanded the coverage.
Expanded. So, yeah, I mean, there was at one point he had 80. I had a couple of them that had 25 and 30. And, yeah, those are the ones you're always looking for. Those are the fun ones.
Well, that's a big success story from an insurance, from your business standpoint. But talk about your coverages. What's a good one that we could share about where you've actually helped take care of a claim or satisfy somebody?
We had a trucking company, small trucking company, and they were transporting computer equipment. And when I went out and saw them, and I had noticed that they had cargo insurance to cover the product when it was in their trucks, but there's different types of cargo insurance. There's different endorsements you can add to a cargo policy. I had noticed in this particular one that they didn't have coverage for the product moving inside the trailer. So believe it or not, you've got to buy coverage for product that moves inside. It becomes loose, they strap it, it falls, whatever the case is. Anyway, this was a long trip. They took quite a high value amount of computer equipment up north, and they by the time they got there, a lot of the equipment had fallen on top of each other.
Been damaged.
Been damaged. We were looking at somewhere in the neighborhood of $60,000 in coverage, and they weren't sure if they had coverage when they called me. They were very worried, and of course I told them they were. And at the time they didn't even know they had it. But it's one of those coverages where I'm going to give it to them whether they know it or not, because I wouldn't sell it unless they were covered. Unless they were covered.
Yeah.
Because I know that's a risk that's involved in trucking.
Yeah. So I mean that's a little bit of the essence of Joe right there.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, I care about my clients.
Yeah. Well,